Hey everyone, so this is my little review of the Salem's Lot. So this is going to be some good, some bad stuff, and let's just talk about it. If you haven't seen it yet, check it out and let me know what you think. If you have seen it, let me know what you think. Either way, so this is based on Stephen King's novel, that was released in 1975. There were two miniseries versions that came out a long time ago, and so this loosely follows that. It's based in the Maine, and basically follows this writer, Toby, who goes back to his hometown in Jerusalem and Jerusalem's Lot, and then he is hoping to finish up and write another book. We get to see different characters that are going to pop in through the movie, and we also meet the supporting characters who end up not having a really good fate. The whole town turns into vampires. So. We also meet Richard Straker, who is a mysterious character with his boss Barlow, who they just moved to town and they opened up a shop, and because of Barlow, town is trying to believing that town might be actually be doing better because Barlow is very wealthy. But we don't know a lot about Barlow. We just know that he lives possibly on a house on top of the hill. We see slowly that there's something sinister going on, and then one of the probably the worst scenes is that when the Richard actually captures one of the brothers, Danny, and just all of a sudden, boom, that's how he's starting, and he uses it as a sacrifice to Barlow, and then Danny starts slowly trying to get his brother. Then more people start becoming vampires, and then next week, towards the end, the whole town is turned into vampires. But we also see that the glowing crosses come into play, which I didn't know. They're going to go ahead. Hey everyone, so this is my little review of Salem's Lot that got released on HBO Max, excuse me. And if you haven't seen it, check it out. Let me know what you think. But if you have seen it, let me know what you think. So this is based on a 1975 novel by Stephen King. There were two mini versions or miniseries about this that got released a while back, and this loosely follows it. It follows the writer who goes back to Jerusalem's Lot to finish up the book, and there he meets a love interest, but also he meets all these supporting characters that kind of come into play. We come to find out that town has this mysterious character that moved in named Barlow, and his subordinate or his helper named Richard, who end up start taking people. Richard helps him out to start kidnapping people in order to bring him as a sacrifice to Barlow, who then starts creating more vampires. Barlow the vampire, it was done. It wasn't bad. I think it was just there was a little bit of CGI going on. He was menacing, but he was also different looking. I think they could have done maybe something more different with him. Give him a little bit more time. Give him a little bit more chance to really show his abilities and how menacing he is, and how we get to see how strong he is and how. Psychotic he is because he's a bloodthirsty vampire, but we don't get to really kind of sink our teeth into it to really kind of flesh out his character a little bit more, maybe a little bit more of a backstory, because in the novel there's a lot more added in there. And a lot of times when you adapt a novel into, for example, a movie, of course you're going to cut out a lot of things in order to pack into, I don't know, hour and a half, 2 hours, 2.5 hours, whatever the case is. And sometimes that can, you're thinking, oh, I'm going to remove these chunks that are maybe not important, but they're important. The whole thing in the novels represent and paints a picture for us readers to really lose ourselves in the story. The glowing crosses that happened in the movie were kind of interesting too, because there was a scene where they were in the mortuary where she's taping up Lewis's Pullman girlfriend that was becoming his girlfriend, Makenzie Leigh, who played by Makenzie Leigh, who was great. She was taping it up and then got blessed and then starts activating. So there was a lot of these little things that got kind of rushed, which I really wish they kind of stopped a little bit and really fleshed it out. The director of this is very talented, and I wish he just had a little bit more to really kind of stretch his creativity a little bit more, to stretch the story a little bit more, to really add more color, more depth, more sinister, more, because it is, I mean, it's based in Maine. It's based in this small town that it's part of the community that has this beautiful community, but it's just, we need a little bit more of that grit that shows that what happens when a sinister figure goes into an environment like that, just how it changes people, how it changes dynamic of the town, how it changes basically everything. And that grit, that paranoia, that chaos, it just needs to be translated a little bit more. Louis Pullman, who plays a lead, is great in everything. He is going to be Sentry in the Thunderbolts, which I'm really excited about. He was great in the Front Range. He is just a phenomenal actor. Alfre Woodard, who is I'm a fan of. She's great in everything. It's nice to see her also in a horror movie such as this. Pilou is a great villain. He always plays these characters who are just douchebags and he is so good at that, and he is able to tap into those nerves for us viewers, be like, oh my god, get this guy first, please get this guy first, but that's a talent too, and he is a phenomenal actor. Absolutely, if you get to watch some of his interviews, he's actually a very sweet human too. Jordan Preston is the standout, the little kid who ends up going toe-to-toe with Barlow. He did not care. He was fearless. He knew what he had to do. He wanted to save his friends. He made a promise to save his friend, and it was nice to actually get the kid a little bit more power, and he was just fearless, and he was ready to go into war because he was not giving up. Unfortunately, his parents get taken away by Barlow and vampires, and so he made the decision to, okay, you know what, you mess with the wrong kid, and I'm about to wreck you. Sometimes there was a couple of things that really didn't kind of get to really be fleshed out. For example, towards the end, where everybody was in the cars, trunks by the drive-in theater, they were just sitting there. I wish they could give that a little bit more way to flesh that out, a little bit more color, just to kind of show how that's happened, why that's happened, why did they choose that point. But this is a Stephen King's novel, so you need to bring those details in, because one thing about Stephen King is he will write, and he will write and describe till there's no tomorrow. So you really got to pay attention to those little details when it comes to his characters, his environments, and the way he paints a picture. So that's a lot of times, maybe this would have been probably really, really good TV series if they gave it a really big room to flesh it out episode by episode, and give it a time to introduce a little bit more of Barlow, introduce a little bit more of these characters. And we see the love interest for Lewis. We see the we see the how law enforcement is responding. We see how everything is kind of working out. But of course, we have Bill Camp in there too, who is a brilliant actor. If you haven't seen him in something, just pick whatever. He is absolutely phenomenal, and he always is. He plays these plays these on these intelligent characters that are really sharp, really quick. The quick-witted. He is smart, and so it's nice to see him in something also like this. I hated that he got taken by Barlow and he became a vampire, but it was kind of cool to see him, do something else. If you let me know what you think so far as this. I know this is kind of a. If you haven't seen it, I don't want to spoil anything for you, but I think it was good. I think it just needed a little bit more, just to kind of flesh things out and just to kind of make it a little bit more umphy, a little bit more scary, a little bit more supernatural, because Barlow is a huge deal. He is a freaking vampire. He is a menace to, and he is dangerous. He's strong. He's powerful, and he looks terrifying. But it just needed a little bit more polish to kind of get it all into this nice little round ball just to make it perfect. I of course can't really talk about it because I don't make movies. I'm not in the movie industry. I wish I was, but so I can't really say, hey, you know what? I don't like this. I don't like this. Basically, anybody that makes movies, I give them prompts. Anybody that makes TV shows, I give them prompts. Actors, screenwriters, producers. Cinematographers, everybody that's involved in the project, I give them prompts, because that is not easy thing to do, because not only that, you're also dealing with the studios, you're dealing with the budget, you're dealing with all these different aspects they're take to make a movie, to make a TV show, and you kind of have to pick and choose which battle you're going to fight. And sometimes you have to let go, sometimes you have to fight for something in order to get it through. But yeah, this wasn't bad. I mean, I think it could have been a little bit better, but it wasn't bad. It was a nice little. I love October because all the scary movies start coming out, and I'm a big fan of scary movies. So it's nice. You know, it gets you into the mood of the Halloween, gets you into the mood of the October Film Fest, of the scary stuff. So it's a nice little entrance. But let me know what you think. Let me know what you think about this movie. If you haven't seen it, check it out. Let's talk about it. Well, we can discuss it in the comments if you feel like. But yeah, everybody, as far as the cast, they did as probably the best as they can with the material they had, and I think that as far as there was misses, there was wins. It started really good. It started suspicious. It started scary. There was a lot of great camera movement. There was a lot of great transitions from scary to non-scary parts, and that's the brilliance of the director. So props to you if you're watching this. And there was a lot of those little small details that the director was able to put his little touch on it, just to make it a little bit more unique, make it a little bit different, just to show the tension, to build the tension, to build the suspicion, to also build this scary moments that are coming out of nowhere. For example, right at the house where Jordan Preston's character is talking to his parents, and he's telling them we need to go, and they're saying no, we you're talking crazy, we don't believe you, you're a kid. And all of a sudden we see his mom, but because he's looking at the mirror, you don't see a reflection of Barlow, but you all of a sudden the camera shifts really quick and we see Barlow drinking her blood. So that was a really, really cool little detail. Camera movement is great. Camera position is great. The blocking is great. The cinematography and the color grading is great. Louis Pullman is absolutely fantastic in anything that he does. And then all the rest of the characters also, and the rest of the cast are powerhouses of talent when it comes to acting. They have resumes. They have a very vast knowledge of this, and so it's nice to see them in there. I wish they give them a little bit more, and just to kind of let them kind of stretch out, let them really embrace these situations. And by the way, oh my goodness, the whole knocking in the grave when he's burying the kid. And then all of a sudden, he's by himself in the cemetery, and he's burying the kid, putting the dirt back into a coffin hole. And then, next thing you know, it's knocking. I would have freaked out. I would have ran away. You would have never seen me. I would have ran across the planet in about 2 seconds. So there's a lot of those little details that turned out great. check it out. Let me know what you think. Let me know what you like, what you didn't like. Let's talk about it. Let's have a discussion. And I'm looking forward to checking out some more scary movies as this month goes along. So stay tuned for more. And I'm looking forward to talking to you guys about it. And hope you guys having a good rest of the day or evening whenever you're watching this. And I will see you guys at the next one.